Welcome to Foundation Friday. The dedication and covenant of silent unity was signed on December 7th, 1892 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, founders of the Unity movement. It is unlikely when they signed this covenant that they had any idea how far-reaching unity would be as it evolved into the church we know and love today. We invite you to join us as we explore and share some of the original ideas, teachings, and writings of the men and women who created the foundation of the Unity Church.
Hi, thank you for joining us for our Foundation Friday program. Today we are going back in time to visit Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore. Mrs. Fillmore, Reverend Fillmore, never actually sat and wrote a book on her own, but she wrote letters and articles and so many different pieces of wisdom that those who have come along behind her have put them together into ways that we can learn and enjoy from her wisdom and her style. The readings today come from articles and letters that were published in 1936 as Letters of Myrtle Fillmore. And I'm going to read a few different letters that she wrote on the topic of helping others. So sit back and enjoy, and we will indulge in some wisdom and spiritual guidance from Unity co-founder Myrtle Fillmore. Here we go. Instead of thinking of the people whom you have believed to be evil and an undesirable influence, begin to think of the goodness of God in the life of all his children. Think of God as everywhere present, light and love and peace and power and life. Think of all men, all women, all children as ever abiding in his presence and expressing his qualities. As you do this, you will touch the reality of individuals and you will invite only the very best from them. Spirit will respond as you expect it to, for the Spirit of God is in each and every person. Some persons have not yet awakened to this realization, but as you declare the truth for them and expect to have it expressed through them towards you, you will receive only loving and considerate treatment from them. As you read these explanations of the way in which a soul may lay hold of its inheritance from God and exercise its God-given freedom in the endeavor to develop and use its power, pray for more light to enable you to see just how precious these individuals are and how important it is that we all have freedom to correct our mistakes. The best way to help your brother is to pray for him to be spiritually illumined. Then, if he has come to a place in his soul development where he's ready to accept truth, he will have the understanding and desire to seek the indwelling Christ. It is never wise to try and force truth upon anyone. Place your brother lovingly in the hands of the Father and know that his own indwelling Lord will take care of him until he is open and receptive to the ideas of truth. Okay, next letter. You are good, yes, but it is a negative goodness. You haven't realized your powers and made positive and purposeful use of them. You have been made to feel that non-resistance and righteousness and Christianity and loving service are all passive. You have allowed your personal ideas of love and goodwill to make you too sympathetic and inclined to give without seeking and asking for wisdom and good judgment to direct you. Now, while it is a virtue to always be ready to help others, we must be sure that we are truly helping them and not hindering them by allowing them to continue in unwise habits that have brought them to lack. The greatest help is to be able to show others how they may help themselves and become self-supporting and resourceful. Study and prayer along the lines of unity literature will give you the knowledge and power really to help others to understand and bring forth their prosperity. You have a store. Have you taken God into partnership with you? Do you start every day with quiet, purposeful communion with God? Do you really ask God to show you just what to do in each and every transaction? Do you bless your store, the room, the stock of goods, the accounts, the customers, the salespeople? Do you fill the atmosphere with thoughts and words of wisdom and prosperity? Do you demand of others that which you demand of yourself, that they use good judgment and self-denial when necessary? Do you make them understand that God prospers those who do their part, and that you expect them to do their part to pay their bills, so you can pay yours and go on with the store, the service you feel led to offer? Or do you think of sickness and poverty and the inharmony about you? Do you let folks have merchandise because you think them in need or because they are God's children? And you are in this way helping them to prosper and make them happy. And because your business is going to prosper and all result in greater blessings? Do you pray for their prosperity? Do you expect God in these people and God in you to prompt them in doing that which is right by you? By studying this matter, you will come to a better understanding of the law of prosperity and will be held into a happier and more successful handling of your problems. Don't feel that you must just open your hands and pass out everything you have. Conversation is one of the rules of success. You must expect others to do their part, and everyone, no matter how many failures he has had, can do his part. Wow, that letter really sounded like she was talking about the difference between codependency and really being of assistance. I was also reminded of the saying, if you give a man a fish, he has lunch. If you teach a man to fish, he can take care of himself. Okay, next letter. And we don't know what letter she was responding to when she wrote this, but we can pretty much guess from the timbre of her letters. Here we go. You aren't really giving Spirit much credit for ability to work in your brother's consciousness and affairs, are you? You say in the same breath that he has been upheld by the Spirit these months and that you feel he cannot stand the strain much longer. Don't you see what a mixed state of consciousness that is, and how foolish it is to pray and to expect Spirit to express its harmony and order and light in yourself or another, and then to feel that you or the other may at any time collapse because of the lack of spiritual power or light or life or substance. Suppose his mind, this tense mortal state of mind that has been causing him the worry and anxiety and weariness, does give way. What then? Why, that's the very thing that must come. This old fixed state of mind must give way or must be given up, that the Christ ideas may flow freely through his consciousness and give him the new life and light and poise and power and substance that he needs. Encourage him to let go, to place himself in God's care and keeping. It is personal assumption of responsibility that makes him feel he must cling so tenaciously to some of his opinions and ways of working. This is the only thing that keeps him out of the kingdom of heaven and its blessings. The treatment he has had, if he were cooperating, would have raised him into the Christ consciousness of peace and order and success long ago. We are asking you to place him confidently in the care and keeping of his own indwelling Lord and to take your mental hands off. Don't even treat him. So long as you are trying to force something into him, you keep his attention divided, and he doesn't really get within and quiet enough to let his own soul commune with God. Leave him in the secret place with the Father. Jesus has promised, that those who go to the Father in secret shall be rewarded openly. The spiritual light coming to him from within will show him the utter foolishness of struggling and worrying and striving. It will reveal to him the right relation of things spiritual and things manifest. And he will see clearly how the right mental attitude and physical poise and health will result in instant and constant progress and prosperity and satisfaction. You can't give him this, nor can we. It is the free gift of the Father within him. Okay, one more. Ready? What are you believing about this Father who Jesus Christ proved was willing always to hear and answer every call in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ? You are looking for a call. Do you really know when you are called? You are to go straight to God to talk over these things. Go into your closet of prayer with your secret place of the Most High from Psalms 91:1, and shut the door and then really pray. We are not promised the Father's attention when we merely moan and cry out, "Oh, I long so to do something for this ailing one." Did Jesus Christ perform any healing by wishing that he had the power? No. God gave him the power. Why shouldn't he use it when all he was required to do was lay hold of it and recognize that I and the Father are one, from John 10:30. So, dear friend, if you believe in the works of the Father, believe also in his Spirit in the midst of you, waiting to be recognized and put to practical use. Through Christ in you, you are the beloved Son, in whom the Father is well pleased. All power is given unto you in the affairs of mind and body. Exercise your God-given power, authority, and dominion, and rise out of bondage conditions of lack and discord. There is a saying, God helps those who help themselves. You are God's executive, and your indwelling Lord is depending upon you to make his glory manifest. Then be up and doing. Do the will of him who sent you. In so doing, you are not only helping yourself, but you are helping others. I hope you enjoyed these writings from the Letters of Myrtle Fillmore. She had quite an attitude and quite a bit of wisdom. I love her candid, no nonsense way of telling it like she sees it. I hope you do too. Before we go, please know you matter. You are sacred and you are so, so very loved. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.